Flow Racing presents the Smart Modified Tour, powered by Pace-O-Matic. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get boiling, and drivers, start your engine!
Rubber on the weekend, fast as I can, and I'm mine at the finish line. You can meet me there, 'cause I'm always on the run. Well, we don't go home till the job gets done. Till the job gets done.
Road from the Zoo City, Asheboro, North Carolina. Yes, indeed, they have a zoo there, the North Carolina Zoological. Sophia, North Carolina. This racetrack just under a half mile in length. And tonight, the Mighty Modifieds on the title card here with the Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic. It's the revolutionary 99. A tradition for the Smart Modified Tour for so many years, and a great field of 27 modifieds on hand for this 99-lap race here tonight. This is in central North Carolina. We race in Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina with the Smart Modified Tour. This is race number 7 on the season. We're going to take a quick look at the point standing. Are getting lined up in the infield in their starting order. We do have a little bit of rain just to the east of us. We believe it's breaking up, but we're in hurry-up mode here tonight. So let's take a look at those modified point standings coming into this one. Luke Baldwin with the lead. He's got one victory to his credit. Paulie Hartwig, man, that 15-year-old has been sensational this year. 23 points behind Baldwin. Then Ryan Newman, the hottest driver on the circuit with 2 wins this year, 3rd in the point standings. Jake Crum, who was on fire early, back to 4th. And Joey Braun has been a pleasant surprise this year with the Smart Modified Tour in that 79 car, rounding out the top 5. You see Joey Coulter, Jack Baldwin, Jonathan Cash, Burt Myers, and Daniel Yates all in the mix for the title hunt this year as we approach the midway point in the season. So that's the points and how they shake out coming into this race at Caraway Speedway here tonight. Cars now pulling on the racetrack, and I believe it's just about a good time to meet your starting lineup for the revolutionary 99 here today, presented by Williams Auction Company. If you need something in terms of an auction, they serve North Carolina and Virginia. Give them a call. So here are the starters for tonight's Revolutionary 99 for the Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic. On the point for this one, in fact, the entire front row owned by New Jersey Speedsters. In the number 25, it's the 2-time winner here in Tour Type Modified competition out of Freehold, New Jersey, Danny Bone in that Andretti prepared race car. To his outside, making his first ever start with the Smart Modified Tour, and today's Pace-O-Matic Pole Award winner, the 31 of Kyle Sisko, the second-generation modified racer. In that second row on the inside, you talk about a second-generation race car driver, none better than this one right here. Carson Lofton out of Lexington, North Carolina, the winner here last year. One of his 5 wins on the season came right here at Caraway Speedway. He will line up 3rd. To his outside, the fast man in qualifying 3 times this year. He was 2nd in qualifying. He'll start 4th because of the redraw here today. Bryce Bailey out of Waverly, New York in the Shady Grady Racing 15. A great qualifying effort on the inside of row number 3 for the 77 of Gary Putnam, a former winner here on the Smart Series. His outside, the defending champ and current point leader, the 7VA of Luke Baldwin, a 7th place finish, his best here at Caraway. Back in 7th, the 02 Gray Ghost Machine for Joey Coulter, the former NASCAR Truck Series winner and 2-time winner here in the Smart Modified Tour. To his outside, Burt Myers, a 14-time winner here at Caraway Speedway in Tour-type modified competition. He's in the Citrusafe Grill Cleaners, number 1. Rounding out the top 10, the 04, the Kevin Says Yes.com machine, a 5-time winner here in Tour-type modified competition, sits Brandon Ward. And his outside, the young gun, 16-year-old Slate Myers, a 4th generation of the Myers family to run modifieds in the number 4. Just outside the top 10, the 7NY of Jack Baldwin, one of the Racing Electronics Rookie of the Year competitors in that white night car. To his outside, the 73 of Paulie Hartwig. Hartwig, just 15 years old, winner at Hickory and 2nd place in points coming into this one. 13th place, maybe it'll be lucky for Carter McMurray, the son of Jamie McMurray. He's 11th in the point standings. And to his outside, Ryan Newman in the number 2. That's the Shitty Coolers machine. In the next row, starting 15th, this guy sits 4th in the series point standings. A now converted late model stock car to modified guy, Jake Crum in the 99. To his outside, the 16, in the 16th spot, the 33 of Karsten DeJohn Tommaso, a winner last year at the Garden State Classic at Wall Stadium in New Jersey. 17th, the 45 of Jack Handley Jr., a 3-time winner in NASCAR modified competition at Riverhead Raceway in Long Island, New York. And on the outside, Tommy Buzzy, 2 top 10s here last year at Caraway Speedway. He's in the number 5. Starting 19th, the 79 of Joey Braun, 5th in points, 2 consecutive 5th place finishes for that 79 ride. And to his outside, Jay Cash, 8th in points in the number 16. Starting 21st, Anthony Bello, a 3rd place run here last September. A very good showing for him. He's now in the 12 PA. The 21 of Jimmy Wallace, 5th here a few years ago. He's in that number 21 car. He'll start 22nd. Jeremy Gerstner won a Tour-type modified show here, the 55. He'll start 23rd. Cody Norman, brand new machine here for the 8-time crate modified winner in 24th. 25th, Daniel Yates in the 18. 26, Jason Tutterow in the 22. And then Melissa Fifield in the 01, making her first series start. Folks, on your feet. This is our salute to open wheels, to chrome horns, and 600 horsepower. The ground pounders, the mod squad. This is the Smart Modified Tour. I don't think I've ever run through a starting lineup that quick before, but at least you know where your favorite drivers are starting in this 99-lap quest here tonight. Race number 7 on the season of 14. Yes, we'll be at the midway point of the season after this race here tonight. We're letting the heat build up in the tires. The engines get warm. They've been sitting since qualifying, which occurred at 6:30 here today. It was hot and humid, near 90 degrees, but it has cooled off into the high 70s this evening here at Caraway Speedway. Two hungry drivers on the front row for this one. Danny Bone in that 25, second start with this team, second start in the Smart Modified Tour this year. They had a really good run at Franklin County Speedway about a month ago. Now they have some good sponsors on the side of that race car. They believe they're going to be able to go the entire distance for the remainder of the racers, thanks to Cutting Edge, Alpine Partners, BKA Properties, Dancer Farms, and more. Everybody being given the 1 to go sign. We are going racing for 99 laps next time by. We hope you've enjoyed this Independence Day weekend with your families and your friends, and we appreciate you spending part of it with us at the Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic. We are proud and thankful to be here tonight at the home for so many years of modified racing in the South, Caraway Speedway. The fireworks off of turn number 2. Folks, God bless our troops, God bless America, and by the grace of God and 600 horsepower, we are blessed with modifieds in the revolutionary 99 at Caraway Speedway. Danny Bone in the 25, able to grab that top spot from the onset here. Battle is for second. Carson Lofton on the inside. Kyle Sisko on the outside. Sisko, a winner last year at Wall Stadium in Belmar, New Jersey. Sisko, very strong in that number 31. He set fast time in qualifying. Fourth place run for him a couple of years ago here in the North-South Shootout, which is a tradition at the end of the season. Oh, bad break for Cody Norman, making his first start of the season in that number 12 machine. Cody Norman finished 7th here last September in the modified show for the Smart Modified Tour, but right now up against the wall. That's a brand new race car for Cody Norman, and it looks like he might have some right front damage on that car. That car being built by the Orlando family with their ProFab modified chassis. Cody has done so well this year. A couple of wins here at Caraway in the crate modifieds. He's got 8 total wins here in crate modified competition, but bad break for Cody Norman here early in the Revolutionary 99. A big thank you as we take a look from our drone coverage brought to you by CitraSafe as well as Carolina Drilling. CitraSafe, you can't say enough about them. And by the way, it is 4th of July weekend. You need yourself some CitraSafe, the best grill cleaner on the market. Get it at Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, and more. It takes just a second, and it's the best cleaner for your grill to prepare for some good old cooking in the summer months. We mentioned earlier today that Melissa Fifield is with us. We mentioned those 158 NASCAR Wheel and Modified Tour starts. Well, the 01 is making her first start with the Smart Modified Tour in that race car here at Caraway Speedway. She's planning to do another 3 shows before the end of the season. Back here at Caraway, September 6th, in October at Tri-County Speedway in Granite Falls, North Carolina, and of course at North Wilkesboro Speedway. And North Wilkesboro was her last event in a modified. That came last October. And the day after that event, she announced that she was diagnosed with breast cancer. She fought hard. She had surgery back in November and has recovered, and now she's back racing with us once again. I spoke to Melissa here today. She's very excited. She feels like she loves modified racing, and she just wants to get out there and participate. She wants to compete. She's done it for so long with the NASCAR Wheel and Modified Tour. She now lives down here with her husband in Huntersville, North Carolina, and she would like to make the Smart Modified Tour her home. And it's nice to have her here today at Caraway Speedway for this race. So we wish her the best of luck in today's event. Just one lap complete before Cody Norman came to a stop at the top of turn number 2. And that's a bad break for Cody. Third-generation race car driver. Man, that family, Mike, Storm and Mike, done so much for so long. And now he's handed over the reins to his son, Cody. And Cody was so excited to come here to Caraway Speedway. He does a great job in some of his freelance business, which is designing graphics and so forth for a lot of these competitors, including some of what you see on the Smart Modified Tour social as well. But this is not the way he wanted to start his race. So we hope they can get that car fixed and he can come back out. The next time the Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic races won't be for just about 2 months. The Labor Day weekend spectacular, we call it the Smart Beach Trip. On Friday, August 29th, we'll head to New River All-American Speedway in Jacksonville, North Carolina. And then the next day, just down the road about 40 minutes, we will be racing at Carteret County Speedway in Swansboro, North Carolina. So if you like modified racing, you like the beach, you like good seafood, that is a bucket list trip. You need to get out there and come and join us as we have a lot of fun. We go racing Friday, Saturday, and all of us hit the beach on Sunday to grab some sun, because we all know we're racers, right? So we need some vitamin D. And we usually wear long pants at the racetrack while we put on the shorts and maybe hop in the ocean a little bit all around the coast of North Carolina. That'll be a lot of fun. So Danny Bone was able to grab the top spot in the initial start of this race. He'll refire in a couple of moments in the Pace-O-Matic restart zone. Carson Lofton is second. Third is Kyle Sisko. Man, his dad Brian just has been so good for so many years around modifies as a wrench, behind the wheel, and you name it. Great to see that family here today. I've known them for years, and they plan to run a couple of more of these shows before the end of the season. We're proud to have him here. Jack Hanley Jr. is on pit road in that number 45 car. Jack, a three-time winner at Riverhead Raceway in NASCAR modified competition, but a multi-time champion as well. Second place, by the way, on the all-time blunderbuss win list at Riverhead. He's got a couple championships there, a couple championships in the trucks as well. But Jack is here running, and he said this car, you're going to see it a couple more times this year, but he's so busy in everything he's doing with business and so forth, he's going to probably hand over the reins to his brother Max. So be interesting to see what happens with that 45 car, and that family might be taking a run at Rookie of the Year honors next year in the Smart Modified Tour. We would be proud to have them as part of our series. Great crowd on hand here tonight, and they're feisty. They want to see some racing. We've seen limited late models, mini stocks, the crate modifieds on hand, and it looks like we will be getting the one to go signal. Indeed we do. Next time by, they will fire off of turn number 4, and we will go racing once again. I love this shot right here. Just beautiful. Thanks to Philip Dixon and everybody at Bryson Brothers Aerial Services, as well as Citrus Safe Grill Cleaners and Carolina Drilling for providing unique looks for our broadcast here from the Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic on Flow Racing. Front row for this one consisting of the 25 of Danny Bone and the 23 of Carson Lofton. New Jersey and North Carolina on the front row, coming back to the green flag. Kyle Sisko and Bryce Bailey in that second row. Here they are in the Pace-O-Matic restart zone now, awaiting the green flag. Bone easily grabs the top spot. Carson Lofton files into second. Lofton, 3 races here last year, that win in the Warrior 100 early in the season that had trouble, honestly, in the next 2 races here. Oh, big wreck on the front stretch, and it's one of the contenders here today in that KevinSaysYes.com Q104.1 machine for Brandon Ward. Ward, a part-time runner here. Bad break for him. He won the race for the Smart Modified Tour last September at this racetrack. And you can see that car resting upon the inside retaining wall with some heavy left side damage, certainly to the left front suspension. He's going to be done for the day. Bad break for Brandon Ward, who has seen so much success here at this racetrack over the years. He's raced late model stock cars here, Pro Cup here, of course Tour type modifieds as well. So Brandon Ward, one of the true gentlemen of the sport out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, won the NASCAR Modified Championship at Bowman Gray a couple of years ago. By the way, Bowman Gray off this weekend, and that's why we're racing here at Caraway Speedway. But you can watch all the coverage of all the action at Bowman Gray Speedway every week on Flow Racing. But Brandon Ward, we mentioned, 5 Tour-type modified wins here throughout his career, but his day ends early on lap number 2 in the Revolutionary 99. There is the mark where Brandon Ward hit the inside retaining wall. Hard lick for that 0-4. Not exactly sure how that happened, but the damage on his car, as you can see on our Flow Racing broadcast, very extensive to the left front suspension area. So bad break early on, just 2 laps into this 99-lap race. 2 cautions already for the Smart Modified Tour. I want to say a big thank you to Pace-O-Matic, who has assembled an incredibly talented team from top to bottom, built on the grounds of integrity, innovation, and compliance, all of which aligns perfectly with the world of motorsports. As an entertainment company that develops gaming software that players love to play, Pace-O-Matic is all about giving back to local communities, small businesses, and now motorsports as well. To learn more about their history, businesses, charitable works, and products, check out them on social media or visit their website at paceomatic.com. That's Pace-O-Matic, proud supporter of grassroots initiatives and proud presenting sponsor of the Smart Modified Tour. So this is a red flag condition here in this 99-lap race because of that damage that Brandon Ward sustained when that car hit the inside wall. Brandon's been busy this year. Done very well with victories in the NASCAR Modified competition in Winston-Salem, North Carolina at Bowman Gray Stadium. Was hoping for one here tonight, but there you see the cars sitting. The only car that's missing out of the top 5 is your leader right there, who's just ahead of that, Danny Bone. But Carson Lofton in that red 23 is that second place car. Cisco, Bailey, and Luke Baldwin, the top 5. I was looking at the preview monitor, not the program monitor. Yeah, my Matt Smith reminds me of my producer. He keeps me straight here. But we have several different cameras to show you here tonight, and a lot happening here at Caraway Speedway, and this culminates the evening with the Revolutionary 99.
Jostens is the most trusted partner in celebrating moments that matter, with their mission resting on 3 simple words: capture, celebrate, inspire. This thought process has led the Smart Modified Tour to develop one of the most unique works of art in all of motorsports, the Smarty Trophy. From the same company that develops championship rings and trophies for NASCAR, the NFL, Major League Baseball, and more, Jostens helped us develop the race and championship winning hardware that it truly embodies the characteristics of all modified legends from both North and South. To learn more, visit jostens.com. That's Jostens, the provider of the Smart Modified Smarty Trophy and proud sponsor of the Lap Leader Award in 2023.
Looks like the cars are now circulating the racetrack, getting ready to get this race restarted. It's been a slow start for the Smart Modified Tour, powered by Pace-O-Matic here at Caraway Speedway. 2 cautions in the opening 2 laps. Lots of stories to tell in this one. We've talked to you about several drivers in the top 5, and we have cars actually coming down pit road right now. A big surprise, actually. The 79, the Hillbilly Motorsports car of Joey Braun, who sits 5th in the point standings. I can see if we go tighter on that car. He's been shaking his hand like, hey, look at this crew. And they're rushing back to the truck right now because something is awry on that EME Industrial number 79. He's had a fantastic year so far with 2 consecutive top 5 finishes. He started the season with a top 5 run at Florence as well. That team trying to get that car started. No, they're just pushing it, trying to figure out exactly what's wrong there with the 79 for Joey Braun. He's able to refire and he will rejoin the field. Fortunately, he's going to rejoin the field but not lose any laps. That's the Citrus Safe juice cone right there. And that's where drivers with one to go get to choose inside or outside. And really kind of the same lineup that we see, before this caution coming to the restart this time by, with Danny Bone and Carson Lofton on the front row. Burt Myers, by the way, having a pretty good run here. We mentioned 14 wins in tour-type modified competition at this racetrack. Burt Myers having a difficult year, hoping to rebound. He sits 9th in the point standings coming into this race. Back to the Pace-O-Matic restart zone. Danny Bone trying to take control of this one. He's going to fire right there. He's done that 3 straight times in this race and gets the advantage going into turn number 1. Cisco tries to go on the inside of that white car of the 23 of Carson Lofton. Can't do it. Battle for 4th. Luke Baldwin on the inside of Bryce Bailey. Bailey in the K2 barbecue sauce is number 15. The Pace-O-Matic 7VA of Luke Baldwin. Baldwin, not good luck here last year. Baldwin going for 4th right here. Baldwin, his top run last year, a 7th place effort. That was a big surprise with how consistent that car had been. He's able to move up into the 4th spot, dropping the 15 of Bryce Bailey. Back to 5th. Behind that, though, here comes Gary Putnam. Putnam having a whale of a ride here today. Putnam, we haven't seen him run this well in a while. Had a good qualifying effort in the top 10. Started up there and now just outside the top 5 in that blue 77 machine. Jack Baldwin behind that in the white 7 New York. Jack Baldwin competing for Racing Electronics Rookie of the Year honors this year with the Smart Modified Tour. He sits 7th in the standings coming into this race. There's the aforementioned Burt Myers behind him. Myers, cool looking paint scheme on Burt Myers' car. That's the number 1 car. You see that camo scheme right there. And he's got some good looking wrap on that car. Here comes Jack Baldwin now to the inside of the 77. Baldwin on the move early. Jack and I were talking yesterday. I thought he had a crate modified win here, but he has never won at Caraway Speedway. Coming off a top 10 run at Franklin County Speedway about a month ago, the last start. We had the last race with the Smart Modified Tour. Just to show you everybody in the top 10. Behind that, you see, behind Burt Myers, you see the 73 of Paulie Hartwig. That 73 car. That kid is just 15 years old. At the end of April, he scored his first Smart win. That came at Hickory Motor Speedway. He sits 2nd in the point standings right now and having himself a good run, actually being scored in 9th. But here comes Joey Coulter to the inside. He picks off the spot, and that's Paulie Hartwig. He'll wait. Ryan Newman going for the spot as well. That's going to knock Paulie Hartwig outside the top 10. As Ryan Newman in that Shitty Coolers number 2. Not a good day for him, honestly. Poor qualifying effort, hoping to claw his way up through the field here today because he's won twice already this year. Everybody going by the 73. Slate Myers in the 4 car has moved up. The 5 car of Tommy Buzzy, that Alpine Partners machine in the number 5. He's having a good run as well. So Buzzy now able to get up to 12th. And here comes Jonathan Cash in the 16. That's another one of those Pace-O-Matic Sadler Stanley Racing rides. Jimmy Wallace in the top 15 in that black and silver Carolina drilling machine. And there's Anthony Bello. Bello going to the inside of Jimmy Wallace. We're showing you action all throughout the field here. Bello trying to pick off 16th from Jimmy Wallace and is able to do so. Back up front, Danny Bone with about a 4 or 5 car length lead over 2nd place running Carson Lofton. And Danny Bone really excited. He and Andretti, the car owner on this one, because they have Cutting Edge that has come on board here and is helping them make sure that they can make it to the rest of the races this season. 25 car looks stout here tonight, and that's exactly what we expected out of this team because they are just so strong. And because of Cutting Edge Stoneworks and Mitch G doing such a great job in supporting that team, they will be at the beach trip coming up August 29th and 30th down on the coast of North Carolina. Burt Myers has been able to move by Gary Putnam, now Joey Coulter moving up as well. Those cars in the top 10 moving up some spots. So you got Joey Coulter now moving up to the 8th spot. Ryan Newman trying to move up to 9th, and that would knock the 77 of Gary Putnam back to 10th. Tommy Buzzy in that red, black, and white number 5 just outside the top 10. Putnam struggling a little bit early in this race. Kyle Sisko, what a great story there for this kid. Brand new race car here, a Fury machine. They debuted and put it on the Pace-O-Matic pole here today. Burt Myers now trying to go to the inside of Jack Baldwin. Burt Myers trying to pick up another spot and a battle for the 6th spot. Myers able to get it done. You talk about a place that would be perfect for him to kind of break his tough luck string. This would be it. He's always been so good here at Caraway. Coulter kind of pushes the 7NY up a little bit. Coulter going to be able to get the spot. And Ryan Newman just staying right with Joey Coulter. They're pseudo teammates at Coulter Motorsports. And Newman a little bit loose coming off the corner, and that's interesting because Newman went way down the racetrack. And if you look at this racetrack as they go down here, down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4, they used to have a concrete apron on the bottom of the racetrack. Well, that concrete apron they removed, for this year. And now the modifieds, it's like it used to be here. I think you're going to see some modifieds below that white line later on in the race. Buzzy trying to move by Putnam as well. Putnam occupies that last spot in the top 10, but Buzzy says, I want it. Buzzy's only competed twice with the Smart Modified Tour this year. Got himself a top 10 run at the end of April at Hickory Motor Speedway. Tommy Buzzy up to 10. There's the gap between 1st and 2nd and 2nd and 3rd. If I were a betting man, I'd say Danny Bone is not pushing that car to the extreme right now. Just to remind everybody, if you haven't watched a Smart Modified Tour event, all these teams have one tire at their disposal to be taken at any time during the race. Look at that move. Wow. Sisko on the outside of Carson Lofton. Sisko back to 2nd. So the New Jersey boys back up top. Rutgers territory over Tar Heel guy, the 23 of Carson Lofton. Further back, it's a crazy scene right there as Bryce Bailey is in the number 15 car. Bailey runs in 5th. Behind him, Burt Myers, Joey Coulter, Ryan Newman, Jack Baldwin. Luke Baldwin right in front of Bryce Bailey. Bailey's had a tough year, man. 3 Pace-O-Matic pole awards in that red and white number 15 there. The kid's just flat out good. Ran some B mods upstate New York. Has run some ROC events as well, but has made a home for himself this year with Shady Grady Racing on the Smart Modified Tour. And he's had bad luck. Has always been fast and always been in the top 10 until maybe some contact with another racer, mechanical failure, whatever it may be. He struggled just a little bit here this year, but it's not because of talent. This kid who works for Rick Ware Racing is going to the inside of Luke Baldwin. Bailey stuck his nose down on the bottom. Baldwin gave him room, but the caution is now out, and that is the end of Bell Helmets stage number 1 at the conclusion of lap 30. The top 3 will be awarded some extra points towards their championship equation, as well as some extra cash. Danny Bone, the winner of Bell Helmets Stage 1 with the Smart Modified Tour. We want to say a big thank you to Bell Helmets, not only for sponsoring our series, but for providing the safety equipment that they do. Their helmets, they are top of the line. And if you ever want to check them out, go to Bell Racing headquarters on social media. They're always promoting their product. But if you're a racer watching here tonight on Flow Racing, no matter whether it's a mini stock, a street stock, or maybe, the E-Series, ARCA, you name it, Bell Helmets, safe racing equipment for drivers around the country. And we appreciate their support. We appreciate all they do from a safety factor for racing around America. By the way, it's never too early to start planning for your future, and it's never too late to ensure that you and your family are prepared for whatever life may bring. Thankfully, Bankers Life has agents who are eager to get to know you personally, listen to your concerns and priorities, and fully understand what you and your family need. To find an agent that is best suited for your needs, visit their website at bankerslife.com. Insurance solutions, retirement planning, financial management, and everything in between. That's Bankers Life, bankerslife.com. We got a bunch of people on pit road. Second time for Joey Braun in that black and orange machine. You see Jeremy Gerstner in the 55 car. He had a miserable time with that car, both in qualifying and practice earlier today. His crew assessing that car, making some tire pressure changes, and looks like a front suspension change to that race car as well. So Gerstner, he actually won a Tour Type Modified race here in March. It was not a Smart Modified Tour event, but they did have a Tour Type race here, and he was the winner of it. Jeremy has won here twice in modified competition, so we'll see if these changes make a difference for the 55 here today. And by the way, we saw Daniel Yates also on the racetrack. Daniel Yates in the number 18 machine, top 10 in points, and having himself a very good year for the first time as a full-time competitor, not a part-time competitor. Another car on pit road, Karsten DeJohn Tommaso. He's got the John Blewett Inc. on the side of that race car. And by the way, Jimmy Blewett, if you're listening, we're rooting for you, man. A big congratulations to James on that win in the sportsman class at Wall Stadium a few weeks back. Jimmy, we cannot wait to see you back behind the wheel of a race car. We love you, we miss you, and we hope you return to the Smart Modified Tour in 2026. By the way, the car that Jimmy drove last year, the Mount Airy Toyota, that's Jake Crum behind the wheel of that car. He said, I'm just keeping it warm right now for Jimmy Blewett. But Jake Crum, maybe they can go with a two-car effort, because it would be great to see Jake Crum and Jimmy Blewett with the Tomatoes. Bad break right now for Paulie Hartwick. He comes down. We saw him lose a lot of spots. And right now, his dad and his team looking at the front end of that race car, trying to get it dialed in for Paulie in this race. Paulie, you see that car going up in the air. They're really surveying what they need to do with the front end of that car. Hopefully, no damage to that race car that's going to keep him out of the rest of this race. By the way, he was the spotter in the Crate Modified race for the winner, Jackson Casper. So that was pretty interesting, too. Paulie's been busy here on a very hot day in Sophia, North Carolina. Carson Lofton has been right in the thick of things during this race. He sits in that third spot, still youngster. He's still a teenager. And this kid showed what we thought he could do behind the wheel here last year on the Smart Modified Tour with 5 wins. Was right in the thick of the championship hunt right until the finale at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Carson, the son of Brian Lofton, who has won a bunch of races here on the Smart Modified Tour for years, a former NASCAR Whelen Southern Modified Tour champion. But Carson has been switching gears a little bit this year and running the full fendered ranks with the Cars Tour Late Model Stock Cars, the ZMAX Cars Tour. And it's been nice to see his progression there as well. Best finish of 4th for him. We're proud of Carson Lofton and what he's been able to do. And the Cars Tour Late Model Stock Cars and Pro Late Models as well, they have really brought those type of race cars back to life here in the Carolinas and just beyond that as well. Heck, they went to Georgia this year. That's that Citrus Safe Choose cone. Drivers have gone by that. And it looks like we are going back green next time by. 25 of Bone on the point. He will be the first car to fire in the restart zone, and Kyle Sisko alongside. Sisko in that U.S. Coin Trust, Stones, Parts, and Performances, good-looking brand new number 31 here at Caraway Speedway. He's going to be running several times with us through the remainder of the year. Danny Bone in the Pace-O-Matic restart zone fires, and we are racing again at Caraway. Cisco thinks better about jumping to the outside of Danny Bone because Carson Lofton might have been able to fill the gap there. Luke Baldwin trying to go on the outside. We got a big one, big melee. In turn number 4, Tommy Buzzy is involved. I believe that's Jack Hanley Jr., Jonathan Cash in the black and yellow 16, the 77 of Gary Putnam, and Karsten D. John Tomaso, I apologize for that, in the black number 33 car. But it's Jonathan Cash who has been having what he thinks has been a very difficult year, even though Jonathan Cash came into this race 8th in points. He's been consistent, but has not been able to grab that win in the Smart Modified Tour just yet. 5 top 10 finishes, but that car has right front suspension damage on the Pace-O-Matic machine here in this race. He takes off his gloves. Looks like the driver's net is down, so Jonathan Cash, trouble here at Caraway in the Revolutionary 99. Second red flag condition of this race coming at lap number 30 here for the Smart Modified Tour. What we'll do while we see Jonathan Cash's car up against the outside retaining wall, we'll take a quick break here. Nope, we're going to see a replay. We have a replay thanks to Matt Smith and our team here at Flow Racing. We'll take a look at that first to see exactly what happened. Jonathan Cash is that black and yellow car in the middle of 3 and 4, and it looks like Tommy Buzzy just kind of lost it, maybe a tire going down on Buzzy, and then he slides up the racetrack. Nowhere to go for Jonathan Cash. Great job by Matt Smith here to show us exactly what happened down in turns 3 and 4, where we see the 16 sitting up against the outside retaining wall. Now we'll go to break. We'll come back with more racing action in the Revolutionary 99 for the Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic.
If you haven't heard, since 1983, MJ Printing and Graphics has provided affordable custom options for all of your printing and graphic design needs. Whether it be screen printing for clothing or apparel, decals, banners, or vehicle graphics for your next car, truck, or motorcycle, MJ Printing and Graphics promises to deliver on what you want, because that's where it all starts. Let MJ Printing and Graphics bring your idea and design to life. Visit them online at mjcustomprinting.com. That's mjcustomprinting.com.
Nice to have Cara Daniela on the Flow Racing broadcast with us tonight. On that shot, you see Jonathan Cash's car coming into the infield. That significant damage for that Sadler-Stanley Racing team. Bad break. Buddy of Hermie Sadler's for a long time, co-owner of that race car, that race team with Bill Stanley. I'm sure Bill's watching here tonight. And by the way, you got to listen. Wherever you see or hear your podcast, you need to go to Spotify, you go to Apple Podcasts, whatever it may be, the Smart Mod Pod. You got to check out Bill Stanley as well as Chris Williams. They talk about Smart Modified Tour all the time. Bill makes me laugh all the time. So, I mean, he's a character, number one. I love you, Bill. And he provides a lot of just fun on that Smart Modified podcast. So if you get a chance, go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, no matter what it is, and check out the Smart Mod Pod. So 30 laps into this one. We're still basically at the conclusion of Bell Helmet stage number 1. And there's the Carolina Drilling Citrus Safe Grill Cleaners drone. You see the car starting to move on the backstretch. Second red flag in this race. Just unfortunate. Sometimes that happens. And you saw Tommy Buzzy actually get a little bit loose and spin in 3 and 4 to trigger this last caution and red flag period where Jonathan Cash became the victim and is now out of the race. By the way, 4th of July weekend, I'm sure a lot of you have used that Citrus Safe Grill Cleaner. And I'm telling you, I've used it on my grill so many times. And, they have little scour pads as well that you can pick up in Walmart. So you can spray the, biodegradable grill cleaner on there and then use that scour pad. Comes right off and then you're ready for grilling. Burgers, steaks, you name it. Doesn't matter. I even use it on my Blackstone to help my Blackstone, those scouring pads, I should say. So thank you to Tommy Lancaster and everybody from Citrus Safe Grill Cleaners for all they've done for such a long period of time for racing here in the South. Let's see, who haven't we talked about? Let's go to the 0-2. Joey Coulter having himself a pretty good ride here so far in this race. Coulter actually had a good qualifying effort as well, and that's kind of unlike him. Joey has struggled a little bit in qualifying. He started 7th in this race here today, a 2-time winner on the Smart Modified Tour. In fact, he's won here a couple of years ago in the Smart Modified Tour competition at Caraway. He and Brandon Ward, his teammate back then, were battling. Ward runs out of gas. Coulter wins the race. You never know what's going to happen at Caraway in a race. And it's been a nice day here today. A lot of bologna burgers being sold, a lot of people in the grandstands, and it's been nice to see everybody. And Joey Coulter is one of the fan favorites. We call this car the Gray Ghost, and that's because it's primer gray, and he's got little decals that are on that race car, and he hands them out to fans as well. Still want to see a T-shirt for the Gray Ghost, by the way. Anybody from the Joey Coulter team listening, we want some Gray Ghost T-shirts. And by the way, the Gray Ghost really comes from that terminology from the king of modifieds, Richie Evans, back in the day. Richie Evans, of course, the Rapid Roman. Nobody better in modified racing than him for so many years. And he built a brand new car, didn't have time to paint it, just had primer gray on it, won a bunch of races. And since he won with the primer gray, he decided to keep it, affectionately called the Gray Ghost for so many years. And we brought it back with Joey Coulter here last year and this year with the Smart Modified Tour. There's that Citrus Safe Grill Cleaners choose cone. Outside or in, you could choose whatever you want. We've seen it be run over before at our season opener, I believe it was. Johnny K demolished it. And because of that, we had to go to a different cone. So the old one was a cylindrical cone with lights on top of it, and now we just have a normal cone. But still, it does its job. That's the bottom line. And Chris Honeycutt is always the connoisseur of the cone. He'll run out there, grab that cone, and bring it back to the infield because we're ready to go racing here again with the Smart Modified Tour in the revolutionary 99 at Caraway Speedway. By the way, Slinger Nationals coming up on Flow Racing Monday and Tuesday from Wisconsin. You're not going to want to miss that. Here we go. Back to modified racing at Caraway Speedway. Kyle Sisko wants to go. Danny Bone saying, I dictate this. And he does. Bone able to grab the lead again. Sisko being threatened for second. Baldwin is there as well. Lofton, can he pull off the move or can Sisko close the door? Sisko gives them plenty of room. Definitely a nice guy there, but he's able to get that run up off the corner. He's solidly in second. Lofton in third. Baldwin in fourth. Fifth place is that red and white 15 for Bryce Bailey. Battle is on for sixth. Here comes Joey Coulter moving up to the sixth spot. Now Baldwin on the inside of Burt Myers. Baldwin trying to pick off another spot underneath that camo. Pinnacle Financial #1 for Burt Myers. Good run for him here today in the top 10. Still a long way to go in this one. It's still that one tire at the disposal of all of these teams at some point in this race, most likely during a caution. We have seen that tire not be used because the race just kind of kept on going. Stayed clean and green. Here comes Newman. Newman now in that blue and orange machine. Ryan Newman having himself a little bit of a run here in this one after a poor qualifying effort back in 13th. Newman now up to 8th, dropping Burt Myers to 9th. Jake Crum, another car that didn't qualify as well as expected. He's in the 99 Mount Airy Toyota machine, right behind Burt Myers. Another black machine. Ironically, Jake Crum in the 99, he used to wheel that black number 12. That Anthony Bello is riding right behind him right now. The top three, oh, wait a second. Here comes Bryce Bailey. Bailey relinquishes a spot to Joey Coulter. Coulter now in the top 5 in this one. Jack Baldwin now pulling to the back bumper of Bryce Bailey. I think Bailey has been through so much misfortune this year. He's just adamant on making it to the end of the race. Closing in on the leader is Kyle Sisko in that white number 31 machine. Dancer Farms on the back end of that 25 car for Danny Bone. A big shout out to Tom. Used to love watching him and his cars at Wall Stadium. And Tom, thanks for making Danny Bone come back to the Smart Modified Tour among all the other sponsors that Danny Bone has as well. It's been so hot here today. The third place car has LeBlue bottled water on the side of it. Might need a few of those after tonight's race. Back to Ryan Newman. Newman now up to the back bumper of Jack Baldwin. Newman having himself a pretty good run as we close in on the middle of this race. Just 10 laps shy of the halfway point in this one. 40 laps in to the revolutionary 99. Newman 2 wins already this year. Orange County Speedway and Franklin County Speedway. He likes the County Speedway events. Newman now to the inside of Jack Baldwin. Baldwin just keeps it ever so slightly tight enough to kind of ruin Newman's momentum, but can he do it down in turn 3? He does again. But now he slides high, and Newman, poised as ever, picks up the spot on Jack Baldwin, so Newman is now in 7th. Look out. Sisko still right there with Danny Bone. Both of these guys, I don't believe, really pushing it too hard at this juncture of the race. Sisko, 25 years old, gonna run with the Smart Modified Tour a couple of more times this year, and then hopefully go full-time next year. Carter McMurray in the Bass Pro Shops number 40 makes a move on Jimmy Wallace. Wallace, all sorts of out of shape in that race car. So McMurray now up to 12th, moving Jimmy Wallace back several spots because Jeremy Gerstner able to get by as well as Karsten DeJohn Tomaso and Gary Putnam. Melissa Fifield goes a lap down in this race. Battled breast cancer, and this was her first race back. Congratulations to Melissa Fifield. Danny Bone making this one look easy. Cisco not letting him out of his sight. Jake Crum continues to make a march to the front of the field. His next target, Burt Myers. That target has come and gone. Jake Crum now up tonight, knocking Burt Myers back to 10th. Anthony Bello is there as well. Bello in the number 12 car. We'll go back up to the front here at Caraway Speedway because Cisco is there, and now creeping into the picture just a little bit is that red 23 of Carson Lofton, not letting these top two get away too much. We mentioned Carter McMurray, son of Jamie McMurray, having a good ride so far, trying to break his way into the top 10. Carter McMurray, let's go back to the top, and Jimmy Wallace. No, it's Jason Tutterow. I apologize. Both of those black and silver cars. I believe that Jason Tutterow has a problem. Cisco got shot up the racetrack, and Carson Lofton just came right in there, but not able to make the move. Close quartered racing there with Jason Tutterow, something going awry on that number 22, and kind of pushed that 31 car Cisco up the racetrack. There's Anthony Bello trying to make the move to get into 10th on Burt Myers. Bello going to be able to get it done. Burt Myers going to relinquish that. Here comes the 40 of Carter McMurray. The teenager moving from Legends cars to modifieds this year. McMurray now up to 11th as one of those Racing Electronic Rookie of the Year competitors. Yellow flag is out. Cars slowing around this racetrack. We peer out from our tower trying to find out exactly what happened to bring out this caution. We are told Jeremy Gerstner spun down in the corner and continued on, but that brings out the caution here at lap number 52 of 99 at Caraway. That might set up pit stops. We're going to keep the cameras live here at Flow Racing and not go to break because I anticipate just about everybody and their brother coming down pit road right now. By the way, Jonathan Cash out after that last hit during the last caution. So is Tommy Buzzy pulling to the infield. They'll park that car and get it ready for another day. We see a lot of teams grabbing their pit signs. We hear the air guns going off, and here they come. Danny Bone coming down pit road. Carson Lofton. Kyle Cisco has already stopped. This is a controlled caution. So as these drivers come down pit road, they will not lose their spot among all the cars that pit during this time. And I'm trying to see if anybody stayed out. I believe Jason Tutterow got the wave around there, possibly. I need to confirm that. Jack Hanley is still out on the racetrack in the number 45 machine, the only two cars that didn't come down pit road. Danny Bone, Gary Putnam in the blue 77, the 15, that red and white car of Bryce Bailey are on pit road. There you see Carson Lofton and that team. Now what they're doing is they'll use the new tire on the right rear, but that doesn't mean they can't change the tires on the other corners of the race cars because the left front doesn't get as much punishment, and maybe they want to get the desired stagger. So that's what they're working on Carson Lofton's car. Joey Coulter's had himself a pretty good run as well. Coulter comes into this caution in the 5th spot, and there they go to work on the front end of that Bill Stein SRI Performance Torch Eyewear car. Maybe, I was wondering if they were cleaning that out there, maybe running a little bit hot. Looks like the bumper might be bent up on that front end of that machine as well. Pretty busy pit road right now. Jimmy Wallace in the 21. Jack Hanley did come down pit road in the 45. Anthony Bello in the 12. And Jake Crum trying to make his way through as Karsten DeJohn Tomaso is pitting on the outside. There is Jason Tutterow. Tutterow had some damage on that left rear. Ryan Newman also on pit road right now in the Shitty Coolers machine. Ryan and I, by the way, did the double the last time we were here with the Smart Modified Tour from Franklin County Speedway to the Little 500 in Anderson, Indiana. And unfortunately, DNF for Ryan Newman in that pavement sprint car race. You can see, Ryan Newman all the time here on the Smart Modified Tour, running this race car with those 2 wins, third in points coming into this race, and he has marched through the field quite nicely, sitting in 7th at the time of this caution. This racetrack, very unique. It's like 2 drag strips with 2 corners. That's how they've always described this place. And they have some 14-degree banking in the corners. But really, it's just an unbelievable sight coming here. The Modifieds love this place, and that's why you see the Smart Modified Tour come back each and every year just outside of Asheboro, North Carolina. I want to say a big thank you to Carolina Drilling, a well drilling contractor located in Mocksville, North Carolina, a leader in both drilling and blasting in the region. They're proud to return as the sponsor of the Carolina Drilling Blast to the Front Award. This award given to the highest finishing non-tour type modified series winner in each and every smart race. A special thanks goes out to Jason Tutterow. We just showed you him a second ago in that 22 machine, and all the fine employees at Carolina Drilling for their continued support of modified racing in the South. Speaking of Jason Tutterow, there he is in that Carolina Drilling machine. Tutterow finished top 10 last year in the King of the Modifieds at South Boston Speedway, just not having the night that he wanted here tonight at Caraway. Show the points again here on our Flow Racing broadcast, just to remind people as they watch the last half of this race, how much all of these positions every single lap mean in terms of the quest for the championship. We mentioned Luke Baldwin, the defending series champion, as well as the current point leader, 23 markers ahead of Paulie Hartwig. Paulie Hartwig is on the racetrack, by the way. We saw him a little earlier on pit road, but he is on the racetrack right now in that number 73 car. He's been so impressive, so consistent this year on the Smart Modified Tour. Sits second in points with those 5 top 10 finishes, 3 top 5s, that win at Hickory Motor Speedway. They came here yesterday, did a little testing, qualified 7th here today, and just having himself, not the night he wanted, but this race ain't over. And if you know Paulie Hartwig, he's always there at the end of the race. Unfortunately for him, he is several laps down as we take a look at our scoring monitor. Paulie Hartwig having himself the most difficult night of the season so far in the Smart Modified Tour. As we look through the current lineup here during the Revolutionary 99, a big surprise, honestly, to see Joey Braun in that Hillbilly Racing number 79 little bit further back in the field than we thought he might be. Right now in the 18th spot. He was top 5 in practice here today. Didn't qualify as well as he had hoped. Did have a throttle rod actually break on that race car right in the middle of practice here today. But Joey Braun, one of those drivers from Long Island, a 17-time winner in Legends Car competition at Riverhead Raceway, not having that string like we've seen him have of consistency, at least not yet tonight at Caraway Speedway. Got a couple of my App State students. Congratulations to Cara Daniel. She's with us here tonight. And Will Battershell going into his senior year in August. They fell in love with the Smart Modified Tour like anybody does that comes to see one of these races or watches live on Flow Racing. 53 laps in the books. Danny Bone still in control of this race, but Kyle Sisko has been right there. Watch out, Carson Lofton. Here comes Luke Baldwin. Will he throw it in there on the outside? Lofton throws him a little shoulder going into turn number 3. Oh, Lofton now on the inside of Sisko. Battle for second is on. Lofton, the winner of the Warrior 100 last year, moves back into second spot in the Revolutionary 99. Sisko slams the door on Joey Coulter. Coulter gives him a nudge in turn number 3. Joey Coulter's got one of the best cars on the racetrack. Baldwin, by the way, fell back to 5th on that restart. And I should say Luke Baldwin in the Pace-O-Matic 7VA, because right now his brother, here comes Coulter on the inside of Sisko, gets the spot. Sisko loses that to Joey Coulter. Now Sisko going to lose one to Luke Baldwin as well. Sisko now back to 5th. Going to try to hold on to this one because the 15 of Bailey, Jack Baldwin, and Ryan Newman are there. I'm impressed by Jack Baldwin, the youngster, also an App State grad right now. Recently graduated back in May. Having a good run inside the top 10 in that white 7NY. Carson Lofton all over Danny Bone for the lead. Here comes the kid, Carson Lofton, looking strong in the Revolutionary 99. Bone, who knows what that right rear tire did to the handling of his race car. Not able to pull away like he once did in the first half of this race. Still plenty of laps to go, 40 in all in this race. Newman has moved by Jack Baldwin, and look at that, Karsten G. John Tomaso moves McMurray up the racetrack, opens up the door for Bello as well. So that's a battle a little bit further back in the field. D. John Tomaso moves up into the top 10. Here comes Newman looking to the inside of the K2 Barbecue Sauces, number 15 of Bryce Bailey. This is a battle for 6th. We're keeping an eye on the top 2 or 3. No challenges there right now. But here comes the Rocket Man, Ryan Newman, in the Shitty Coolers, number 2. He rockets up another spot into 6th. Randy Renfro, the wrench on that race car. You see D. John Tomaso all over, I believe it's Jake Crum in the 99. Indeed it is. If you look at the back end of the 33, you see that back bumper and upside down smile. He's been wrapped in the back bumper a time or two in this race. Baldwin trying to set up Bailey. There's that bumper on the back end of D. John Tomaso. A little wiggle from him and a little contact, I think, with Anthony Bello in the 12. By the way, that was set up because Crum kind of lifted a little bit earlier than D. John Tomaso anticipated. He tried to get up and out of the way, and that allowed Bello to get a run. Back up front, Bone and Lofton, the top 2. Third place is Joey Coulter. The calm before the storm, 66 laps into this one. Lofton would love to get back to victory lane. He hasn't done so since mid last year. Part-timer this year on the Smart Modified Tour because he's full-time on the ZMAX Cars Tour in the late model stock car division this year. John Tommaso going to lose a spot to Anthony Bello. Here comes Carter McMurray as well. So Anthony Bello into the top 10 in that 12 PA for Paul French. Jay Crum in ninth. There is 8th place running the white car of Jack Baldwin to the inside of Bryce Bailey. Bailey holding it steady. I don't think that car is to his liking in this race. He's held tough inside the top 10, but he's been struggling. That car does not look like it wants to turn on this racetrack here tonight. Baldwin, just a slight tap to the back bumper, trying to set him up. Can't get that run. Feel like Baldwin's got to enter high and try to get him off of the corner and go down low. That's a better run for Jack Baldwin. Here he comes. Baldwin and Bailey side by side. Baldwin going to be able to pick up the 7th spot here in the Revolutionary 99. The lead has widened just a little bit from Bone back to Lofton. About, 3, 4, 5 car lengths at times around this racetrack. Third place is still Joey Coulter. Coulter, you can see him right there in the mix a little bit. About an equal distance between first and second and third as we get into the latter stages of this race. Now 73 complete in this one. Yellow flag on the racetrack. Your guess is as good as mine, but now as I look up to our tower, I see some precipitation falling. We mentioned that it was raining just to the east of us, and I wouldn't call it raining. I'd call it a strong mist right now. And we can see some of that mist falling from the sky right now here at Caraway Speedway. We are past the halfway point, so if it got worse, and you can see that rain and the bugs, by the way, in the lights here at Caraway Speedway, if it was too persistent, this race would be official, and Danny Bone, if it were called, would be the winner of the Revolutionary 99. We're going to find out what the officials are thinking. We'll take a quick break on Flow Racing and be right back here to Caraway Speedway. We are anticipating going back green. The mist has kind of slowed at Caraway Speedway. And Jesse, our camera operator, says we are good to go. One of the best in the business. Not only is he a good camera operator, but he's apparently a meteorologist as well. Jesse, myself, Matt Smith, Matt Dillner, Rob Blount, I don't know who else. We're all going up to Slinger in Wisconsin tomorrow morning and going to enjoy ourselves a couple of days of racing at Slinger Super Speedway with the super late models on the racetrack for the Slinger Nationals. One to go until we go back to green here. Here's what it looks like right now. Danny Bones still in control of this race in the blue and white 25. Carson Lofton on the outside of the red 23. Joey Coulter in third. Lines up on the inside of row number 2. Luke Baldwin in that yellow and black number 7 VA is fourth. Fifth, Kyle Sisko. Sixth, Ryan Newman on the outside of row number 3. It's go time for the Revolutionary 99 for the Smart Modified Tour. Danny Bone and Carson Lofton. This is the biggest threat he's had going into turn number 1. Lofton gives him a little wrap to the back bumper. Luke Baldwin looking strong on the outside of Coulter, but Coulter not giving it up easy. Coulter in that gray 0-2 battling for third. And it looks like Joey Coulter moves into that third spot, moving Baldwin back to fourth. Fifth is Kyle Sisko. Behind that, Ryan Newman and Jake Crum side by side just outside the top 5. There's Newman and Crum, the 2 and the 99, going at it for the 6th spot. Jack Baldwin behind that, and Anthony Bello also in the top 10. Under 25 laps to go in this one. And this is a pretty good battle here. Best one on the racetrack. Newman, you talk about one tough competitor. Newman is always tough in these modifieds. He loves them. Says they're low, light, and left, baby. And he has fallen in love with modified racing and has done that full time for the past couple of years. Battle right in front of that as well. Kyle Sisko had been looking to the inside of Luke Baldwin, and just like that, the battle disappeared as Jesse went over to it with our camera. Crum on the inside of Newman. We've said that a time or two. They have battled for 5 consecutive laps, now file into single order in the top 10, and Jack Baldwin jumps on the outside. Baldwin and Anthony Bello going at it for the 8th spot. Bello, part-time competitor in that French ride, the number 12. No sponsors on the side of that machine. Bello gets by Jack Baldwin. I thought we were going to see a little bit more fun on that restart, but it looks like some people may be still just chilling, thinking there might be a caution in the final 20 laps of this race. Just 18 to go now here at Caraway. We hope you join us for our next race on the coast of North Carolina, Friday, August 29th at New River All-American Speedway. And trouble for the Hillbilly Motorsports car. Joey Braun with a plume of smoke coming out from underneath the hood of that race car, and he comes to a stop in turn number 2 for the Rookie of the Year competitor. Bad break for Joey Braun out of Long Island, New York. The 21-year-old having himself a difficult day here on the Revolutionary 99. I believe he shut down that car as quick as he could. I believe trouble underneath the hood. David Hill and that team has done so well this year with this PSR race car. Justin Link kind of helping out, set up this race car each and every race for Joey Braun. A throttle rod broke in practice. Just not the qualifying effort that Braun wanted in that 79, and it's been downhill since that point. but he will rebound when we go to the coast of North Carolina Friday, August 29th at New River All-American Speedway, and Saturday, August 30th at Carteret County Speedway. Beach, food, sun, fun, racing, modified style. You can't ask for anything better. Labor Day weekend for the Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic. As Joey Braun gets a push, we also see Bryce Bailey on pit road. He had faded back a little bit in the running order outside the top 10. And because of that, I believe that this crew brought this car, this driver, down pit road to make some adjustments and hopefully maybe able to work his way back up and get just a little bit better than where he was running in that 11th spot. I want to say a big thank you to Darren Hackett, as well as Randy Myers and the entire staff here at Caraway Speedway for bringing us to this racetrack in Sophia, North Carolina. A tradition during 4th of July weekend. We'll be back here at Caraway right after the beach trip. We head back to Central North Carolina, and we'll be back here at Caraway on Saturday, September 6th, I believe it is, for the Robert Jeffries Memorial. Bailey will pull back out on the racetrack. 79 team taking a look at that Joey Braun race car as well on pit road. The Citrus Safe Choose Cone is out now. Not much drama really with the Choose Cone, although I will tell you this is interesting for the first time here today. Just as I open my mouth and I say that, it looks like Luke Baldwin took the inside of the third row. Kyle Sisko took the inside of the fourth row. That allowed Ryan Newman to hop up into fourth on the outside of the second row, and Jake Crum to do the same in row number 3 on the outside. So Crum now moves up a couple spots, as well as Ryan Newman. They are 4th and 6th for this restart. Interesting. Jack Baldwin on the outside of row number 4 now, currently 8th in the order for this restart. Bello and Burt Myers round out the top 10. Here we go, down to the nitty-gritty here at Caraway in the Revolutionary 99. Danny Bone grabs the lead, but now Joey Coulter trying to move into second. Coulter is there. Lofton, not the run he wanted off the corner. Joey Coulter has had a fast car with that 0-2 Gray Ghost, and Joey Coulter moves into the second spot late in the going of the Revolutionary 99. Baldwin underneath Newman. Those two have gone at it. Remember that finish from Franklin County Speedway, the photo finish? Newman won. Newman now picks up the 4th spot, knocking Baldwin back to 5th. A little craziness going on right there. Jake Crum knocked back a couple of spots. Anthony Bello in the 12 gets by him. Behind that, Carter McMurray, Jack Baldwin all in the mix. Jake Crum now back to the 8th spot with Bello in 9th and McMurray in 10th. Jack Hanley in the 45, pressuring the 1 of Burt Myers. Jake Crum is there. McMurray now going to the inside. Jake Crum riding in the latter part of the top 10. There's Jack Baldwin going to the inside of the 99, the Jamie and Cheryl Tomeno owned machine. Saw a glimpse of it right there. Paulie Hartwig, his day comes to an end. Many laps down in this race. He pulls off the racetrack, second in points. That's the significance of that. He's going to take a big hit here today. Jeremy Gerstner in the 55, the Flying Floridian, gets by Jake Crum. I believe Jeremy Gerstner many laps down, or at least a couple laps down. I'm not sure what to believe because honestly, scoring has frozen here on Race Monitor, so we'll try to get that refired a little bit here. And see what is happening. Up front, it's all Danny Bone. Been so strong, under 10 laps to go in this one now. Bone in that top spot. Joey Coulter is second, third, Carson Lofton fourth, Ryan Newman, and Luke Baldwin, the point leader. That's significant because Paulie Hartwig is off the racetrack. Baldwin in the fifth spot. Kyle Sisko's had such a good run here today. Sisko in that number 31 machine now battling with Anthony Bello. A little charge by Bello late in the going. Sisko just outside the top 5 in sixth. Bello has been running some pro late model races around the country. A little bit of Cars Tour, a little bit of Nashville Super Speedway there in Nashville, Tennessee. Sisko's got a handful, I should say, with that race car. Now, 5 laps to go for Danny Bone at the top of the heap. It's been easy sailing for him. Not really threatened other than Kyle Sisko at one point of this race. And now he's got the biggest advantage he's had all night long. He is standing on the gas with just a few laps to go. Bone with a big lead, about 10, 12 car lengths over Joey Coulter. Let's show that gap here. There is Bone. We're going to turn number 1, widen out just a little bit to show the gap between he and Joey Coulter. There it is. And then a significant gap between second and third as well. Bone will go through the picture here. There's Joey Coulter, and then third place running Carson Lofton in that number 23, and behind that, fourth and fifth are right there. Just 2 laps to go in this one. Coming around to take the white flag is Danny Bone in this 25 car. What a performance by Danny Bone here tonight at Caraway. Second, Joey Coulter. Third, Carson Lofton. Fourth, Ryan Newman. Fifth, Luke Baldwin. Danny is bad to the bone here tonight in the Revolutionary 99 at Caraway Speedway. He scores his first win of the year in only his second race in 2025. Wow. Incredible run here tonight by Danny Bone. Mike Smith, Andretti going to be awfully happy here tonight. We'll go trackside to hear from the winner on Flow Racing.
Well, we'll let the celebration begin. Pixomatic at the Revolutionary 99. He now becomes the 6th different winner on the series, with Ryan Newman with 2, Singles for Luke Baldwin, Polly Hartwig, Matt Hirschman, Blake Barney. And now the 25, Danny Bone, joins them in victory lane. Let's go down to Bob Dillner as the celebration will be going special for the number 25 at Pace-O-Matic Victory Lane.
A very happy team down here in Victory Lane, powered by Pace-O-Matic at Caraway Speedway. Danny Bone, the winner, already got congratulations by Joey Coulter, who finished second and third place. Carson Lofton, the team is gonna celebrate tonight. This team was waiting to get back here at the Smart Modified Tour, sat out the front part of this season, needed an engine, finally got that engine. Came to Franklin County Speedway about a month ago, finished in the top 5, and now Danny Bone victorious for the second time in the Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic. Danny is bad to the bone at Caraway, his second win in the Smart Modified Tour powered by Pace-O-Matic. Mike Smith and the entire team here excited for this one. All smiles all around. A dominant performance for the driver out of New Jersey tonight. Third career win at Caraway Speedway. We'll make sure. Let's move this way. We got to make sure the microphone reaches the range here. Danny, have you ever had a more dominant race car?
I've had some good cars in my career, but I could say, like, they were yelling at me for going too hard, and it's like I'm really driving easy right now. So hats off to the 25 guys. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. It's different for me. I'm typically working on the car and all that. I show up and drive this car. So well prepared by those guys. You know, cool to be back in Victory Lane, our second race together. The first 4 I watched from the house. So big thanks to the 25 for this opportunity. Bob Ebersol, I told him I would thank him in Victory Lane, jumped on board. Dancer Farms, Neil with Alpine Partners, Mike G, Cutting Edge Stoneworks, Amerifast Supply, Maxima Race Oils, Bobby Taylor Fuels.
Tom Dancer.
Oh, yeah, I mentioned Tom Dancer. But, yeah, I mean, all those guys jumped on board, rallied together to get me back in the car. And I knew we'd win one, but I didn't know if it'd be the second one. So hats off to the fans for coming out. That was a hell of a race car.
You had a bunch of people right there with you. Kyle Sisko, what a show for him in that 31. Carson, Joey Coulter. Were you ever worried here tonight on those restarts?
No, I mean, like, that was the weirdest thing. I never slipped a tire, never got loose. I was a little snug, but the slower I went, they just kept getting smaller and smaller in the mirrors. So just really an odd night, but we had a really good car. And like I said, it's Terry Hall, Andretti, all them guys. They bring a really good race car to the racetrack. So hopefully we can do this a couple more times.
Absolutely. The beach trip is coming up. We know how well you did down there. And now we're going to have the Bankers Life Smarty Trophy presentation. Chris Williams in Victory Lane. That trophy manufactured by Jostens, a special work of art that each and every winner on the Smart Modified Tour is presented with during Pace-O-Matic Victory Lane ceremonies at each race. Danny Bone, your winner. We're going to make our way over now to second place. Joey Coulter, a great run here tonight. Coulter getting closer to getting back to Victory Lane. And Coulter so close. We're going to hand it over to Cara Daniel for the interview with Joey Coulter here in Victory Lane.
Joey Coulter, a familiar name to the Smart Modified Tour. What was the difference between yours and Danny's car tonight that made you second?
Well, his was in front of mine. They had a great car all night, and Danny's a heck of a driver, so hats off to them. It's a great run for that crowd. Man, this feels like a win to me. We've put in a lot of hard work and had a couple races get away from us earlier in the year, and it kind of kicked us down in a hole a little bit, but we've had a good little break. Got a lot of stuff done on the car. Harold and the guys have just really brought their game every week, and we finally got to show it. So one more spot would be great, but this works. Just can't thank everybody enough. SRI, Bilstein Shocks, PFC Brakes, Molecule, Simpson Stilo, and then again the whole Rum Runner crew. Man, they've been working their tails off, and it's starting to finally show. It's been paying off, but now it's showing.
And Caraway is a difficult track to handle, but you did it with ease. What was your strategy?
I mean, it's hard to say that you can save because you just can't. Like, everybody's in such a hurry from the get-go. But I mean, we tried to manage our tires as much as we could that first run, so that when we did our change, we had a good balance, and it paid off. Like we rode just enough, and I think I had enough till about 10 to go, and then I went ahead and wasted the rest of the rear tires. So, but again, I mean, it's a great night, awesome racetrack, and glad the show went well. We've had some rough ones here, but it's a great night. Thanks to all the fans for coming out.
Yes, sir. And tonight marks halfway through the season. How confident are you for the rest?
Well, it's nice because we're not doing anything for like 8 weeks, so be nice to go home and really study this one and see the things that have worked and things we can keep in our notebook and get rid of a couple things that didn't work and move on to the next one.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Joey, for the input. I'm going to hand it back to Bob for third.
Joey Coulter, good run here, hoping to add to that win total. He's got 2 on the Smart Modified Tour, hoping for number 3. We'll see how far this microphone reaches here. Carson Lofton, good to see you back after going to the Fender Wars and the Z-Max Cars Tour, but third place run here tonight. I know you're a little disappointed. I could tell by your face, but a good run for this 23 team.
For sure. I think we had a really good race car at the end. We fired off just a little bit too good, and I got the right rear hot, and the stagger took off. So it is what it is. Super proud of these guys who've worked really hard these past couple of days, and feel like we got the race car pretty close. Just need to fine-tune a little bit more. You
were behind that 25 for a while. How good did that race car look for Danny Bone here tonight?
It looked really good, man. I knew when I fired off, I had like 3 laps to get him because I fired off really good. And I knew those 3 laps used up, I wasn't going to get back behind. But so congrats to those guys. They earned it. They had a really good race car tonight.
When are we going to see you back here in the Smart Modified Tour?
I'm not sure yet. I think probably Caraway in September. So definitely something to build off of here tonight.
Well, good luck with the car store. We're rooting for you over there, watching all the races on Flow Racing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Carson Lofton, third place run here tonight for him. Round of applause for everybody here. What a great night for this event, the Revolutionary 99, presented by Williams Auction Company. We were live on Flow Racing, and it's Danny Bone who walks away with the win. Andretti going to be happy and smiling for sure. Always got an immaculately prepared race car, and they celebrate tonight here at Caraway Speedway. On behalf of everyone with the Smart Modified Tour, obviously including Chris Williams and Pace-O-Matic, I'm Bob Dillner, the voice of the Smart Mod, saying thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you during the Smart Tour Beach Weekend, Friday, August 29th. That'll be a lot of fun when we go to New River All-American Speedway. And on Saturday, August 30th at Carteret County Speedway, 40 minutes between the two.
Let me know
we
when you're
hope to see you there. And then, of course, on Saturday, September 6th, I believe it is, we'll be back here for the Robert Jeffries Memorial at Caraway Speedway. Everybody, thanks for watching.